Hi everybody, I hope everyone is well. Thank you for joining me. If you're here, it's probably because you have been enjoying like I have, or you are doing the Tarot Tools Trio tag by Cormack Carr. I recently subscribed to Brian's channel and I was like, that sounds so much fun. Sorry. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear that. It's very windy. It's not double glazing. It's shit. It's very cold. I hate my flat. But there you go. So yes, I was really excited. I've been watching it as many videos as I can, and I'm discovering new channels, which I love because I love watching YouTube channels. So yeah, I'm very thankful to Brian for doing it because now it gives me more people to follow and watch, and not comment on for fear of something. That's not what we're here. So yes, so the rules were. I have them open. So 3 absolutely essential tarot decks, 3 absolutely essential tarot books that don't come with a deck, and 3 absolutely essential tarot spreads, which you would use in your repertoire. And plus 1 wild card, which is funny because I thought I had the wild card and I was like, this is it. But then I realised one of my other things, I was like, oh no. So I'll explain. So I'm going to start with the spreads. I have 3, obviously, and I've drawn them, which they're not too bad. So my first spread is just a very basic, it's a take on mind, body and spirit. So mine's mind, body and well-being. So what is my thought process? Where are my thoughts leading me? How am I in myself? How's my day going? Where do I need to take care? What self-help can I do for myself? So these are spreads that I would particularly use for myself. I use mostly when I'm reading for myself, I use it for my personal development, my anxieties, my issues that I have. So my spreads are pretty much catered to me getting through the day. So just a nice general check-in, 3-card, mind, body, well-being. And if you spot any spelling mistakes, sorry, I'm not a very good speller. The next one is, I haven't named this one, but and I don't think it's that unique, but here we go. So we have abilities, blind spot, elbow grease, what could I achieve, who's got my back, or what's got my back, and the damage. Your abilities that you bring to the table, what's blinding you to your awesomeness, where do you need to put in more effort, what's waiting for my hard work, who or what has my back, and the damage, the dent. Not in like what's the damage that can be done, more like when you buy something and they're ringing up the register and you're like, so what's the damage? So not necessarily the damage in the sense of a car crash, but what's it's going to cost me. So yeah, I like to use this one. This is a bit, again, it helps me move forward. So yeah, there's that one. And then the third one that I have, oh excuse me, I'm just going to cough. I'll just pause that. Now the third one is it's a themed one, but not the best thing. There is an amazing, if you Google what I'm about to show you, tarot spread, there is an amazing one based on the episodes out there, and I just think that's amazing. I really need to look into more things like that. I'd love to make more. But anyway, this is my TARDIS spread. Doesn't really look that much like a TARDIS, but I've tried, and it's blue. So I have what do I need to trust in the situation? Activist, where can I be more active? Where can I be putting my privilege of certain matters out there? I have a home and I can eat quite well, so my activism could be towards the homeless community. Bristol has a homeless community, and that's a whole nother video because I could get really angry about Bristol. There's some wonderful people out there that help, but anyway. So, but obviously we're talking about activism in the situation, but the mind goes where it goes. And then we have renewing. What in the situation or in my life can I be renewing right now? What needs cutting away, growing again, renewing? Where am I deflated? Ideal. What's the ideal for me right now? And secure. Where am I actually secure. So that is my TARDIS spread. So yeah, again, very much self-centered. Sorry, it sounds bad. In me, my situations, you know, I don't know, I think I've mentioned it before, my struggle with anxiety, my fear, my constant dread, constant. So my tarot readings are very much based on how I get through days, which I just said, so sorry about that. So there you go, that would be the 3 that if I had to, like, I would pull out. I mean, for other people, I think they work as just as well, but, and you know, they're very brightly coloured. So there's that one. Right, I'll do the decks next because they're just the essential decks. They're going to be nothing fancy. Well, I love them, obviously. So let's get to it. You won't be surprised. So, Rider-Waite-Smith, isn't it? It's going to be. Yes, I'll show you one. So yeah, gotta have that. Absolutely got to have that. The next one is, and I've mentioned it before, has become my favourite tarot deck, and I wasn't even trying, and that is the Modern Spellcasters. What I love about this deck is its ability to be deep, meaningful, and also on the other side, I suppose it depends how you read, but you know, when you're looking for like just a quick answer, it'll go deep and meaningful. When you're looking for a meaningful answer, it'll be like, here you go. So yeah, Modern Spellcasters without a doubt is, you know, essential to me. And then without a doubt, Osho Zen. So yeah, I love the Osho Zen Tarot. As you know, I was gifted this deck and I absolutely love it. And I had real fun sitting down with this deck and the Rider-Waite and working out the correlation between this one and them. And yeah, it fits so well. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. So yeah, these are, I would read for others with these. I would read with myself, obviously, if I'm reading with others. So yeah, they are definitely the essentials. Sorry, I was stacking them. Okay, finally we are on to books. I have so many tarot books. And then I don't read them. Anyway, so we'll start. So the first one is a generic tarot Geddes and Grosset. I don't know. I brought this in The Works. The Works, if you're not aware, is a discount bookstore in the UK. However, every time I go in store, they never actually have the tarot decks that they have on their website, which me off no end. But there you go. So I think I got this for like £2 years ago. You can, you don't know, you probably can't see, but it is yellow. And yes, and as you can tell, it is illustrated with the Marseille. And what I really, really like about this is it gives, especially for the majors, it gives you the pictorial, the meaning, the reverse, and special consideration. I absolutely love that. And not only that, at the back of the book, it tells you how to read with playing cards. It tells you how to do palmistry. Yeah, so it's like, it's a tarot book with a little bit extra. And I think because it was one of the first books that I bought, or brought, if you pronounce the R, it will always be special to me, and I love it. I'm just trying to find something really quick. I will not keep you, she says. That's it, guys. Took so much yourselves. Right, so let me just check something. So yeah, it's okay. I was just checking something. I was just seeing if with the Three of Swords, what I know to be the Three of Swords in the Rider-Waite-Smith, if this goes with that as well, and it does. So, but a little bit more loosely. It doesn't say heartache. So there you go. So book number 1. Stop for coffee. Watch face, drink coffee. Book number 2, Tarot Face to Face by Marcus Katz and Talia Goodwin, or Tally Goodwin. Using the cards in your everyday life. Now, I probably pull this out every couple of months and just reread it all again. I remember getting this and I love it. I just love the banter that they have. I love the way they lay it all out. Oh, and they've just it's got a wealth of information if you want to read for others, tarot face to face. Let me see if I can find the real quick content. So, face to face with your deck, essential skills and methods, practicing tarot, facing the questions, facing the querent, and facing the crowd, reading for parties and groups, facing the outside world, facing each other, that's tarot and relationships. So yeah. So I really love this book, and I recommend it, obviously. Oh my days. Sorry, I've got a cold. I'm trying not to sneeze and cough all over you. Anyway, so the third book that I have, ooh, I think there's vodka in my coffee, is The Treasure House of Images by Gareth Knight. Oh, you can't see his name, by Gareth Knight. I have read this book backwards, forwards, any which way you can read a book. I love this book so much. What I love about this book, it's highlighted, it's drawn in, is Gareth talks you through, don't lose my place, he talks you through the earliest cards, the earliest images, and he compares them, like the Marseille and the Visconti, and the Rider-Waite, and he has a really interesting commentary on that. And I love the fact that he does not hold back when he's like, so this person thinks this person thinks this. It's really interesting to read. And then he goes on about the language of the tarot images in patterns and sequence. And then I think my favourite part of this book, and why it's included, is the path working that he offers. In here is the most magical path working ever. Let me see if I can really quickly find it. Basically, you go, let's see if I can find it. Joining the centre, working with the archetypes. I think that's it. Let's have a quick scan. Yeah. So basically, you go, we come to a bend in a lane and find before us a little country cottage. And you go into the cottage and you go up into the attic. And it's just absolutely fascinating. He walks you through all the archetypes. And I never get bored of it, because you've got the history and then you've got that spiritual connection. So if you are on the edge, come back. If you're on the fence, I recommend this one very much, and I love it so much. That's why I take it with me. Resume. Okay, and finally for my wild card, which was going to be something else, but then it turned out my wild card, which is a book. Actually, I thought you could buy it without a deck, and it turns out you can't. So if you can and you find out, waste of a wild card. However, I couldn't leave it out because it's just my go-to. This is the second tarot deck book, that I ever owned. My first one being Sasha Fenton, as you know, I've mentioned it before. This one is Jane Lyle, the Illustrated Book of Tarot. So this I love, and this, well, I've got bookmarks in it. I have got sticky notes on certain pages. And this lady introduced me to spreads, other spreads. The Tree of Life, the calendar spread, the horseshoe spread, which was my go-to for a very long time. The Celtic Cross, the 6-month special, spreads and how to read them. And then, you know, there's history on the cards scattered throughout the whole book, linking up astrology, so let me just show you here. We've got the moon, and we mentioned myths and symbols, interpretation and reversed. So yeah, I will, if I still drag it out now. The Ten of Pentacles is connected with both financial matters and family background. Yes, we know, but you know what I mean. It's a blanket. This is my comfort blanket, and this is my wild card. So there we are. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to carry on watching everyone else's. Yeah, and thanks, Brian, for the tag. It was a lot of fun. Take care, guys. See you soon.